What's the medical equivalent of stolen valor? You know, where people who aren't military people and they wear military uniforms, so people will be like, "Thank you for your service," but they didn't actually serve. What's the equivalent of that where it's like, people see the stethoscope around my neck and they say pediatrics, or I don't correct them. I don't say no, but I don't say yes, so technically I'm not lying.
I'm a doctor of life, baby. We're doing it. Welcome to The Advisory, the first and last advice show on the internet, where we answer questions to learn a little bit more about what it means to be human. All advice is final and legally binding. You kind of snuck that one up on me, James. This week's show, we've got all kinds of fun stuff. It's an episode. It's all about toxic friendships. It's all about toxic relationships. It's just a bunch of people behaving poorly to the people that matter the most to them. It's the kind of shit we love to see.
And I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to kick it off real toxic, and I'm going to redo the intro just because that's what someone who's toxic would do. You know what I mean? Because
you make sure it's very passive aggressive.
Hey guys, welcome to The Advisory, Australia's first and only podcast where the hosts, that's us, have taken an advanced 2-week course to become advice chefs. And now we cook up your questions into a series of gastronomical advice delights. I'm James.
Yes, and
that's David. Thank you. He's practicing.
I didn't realize what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
On account of you made it up just now, so that you could see why I was confused.
Do you think it'd be toxic to just do it again?
If you were to do it again, could we have some more sauce on it? Like, I want it to feel like, you ever like piss someone off in high school and they're like, "I'm fine. I'm not mad at you at all. What do you mean?" I really want it to feel like.
Did you do that to people? Because you did that really well.
People did that to me. They did that to me a lot because I pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, that tracks.
Could you hit me with it again? But just like I want you to really veil how angry you are at me.
Definitely,
if you could.
No, I'm not going to. Toxic, David. I've got a question here.
Hold on, James. Hold on.
Wow, this is toxic. Are you cutting me off right now? That's pretty toxic, dude.
No, all I wanted to say is, should we play the disclaimer before we do anything else in case we say something toxic?
Not on this episode, dude. Keeping it toxic. Keeping it toxic. Keeping it legal free.
We allowed to do that?
Yeah.
They look confused. I don't understand.
We're allowed to do it.
What are those hand gestures? It looks like you're trying to guide a plane into
land.
The
following show features goofs performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, Black Swan Society and the idiots in front of you must insist that no one attempt to actually follow any advice spewed into the world on this show.
Damn.
Did it while you were talking, keeping it toxic.
No, thank you, Digital Dana. That's how toxic we are this week.
That's actually fucked up.
Don't appreciate your work that you do for the program.
Thank you for
no,
all the hard
thank
work
you.
that
I undo his thank you times 1,000.
David, I've got a friend named Amy. Okay, and her and I, we've been best friends since high school, and honestly, she's amazing.
Oh, that's good.
And not to be arrogant, but a lot of guys like me.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not arrogant to say.
That's not arrogant to say.
Facts.
A lot of guys like me. A lot of guys, love me more than my best friend Amy. They say that I'm hotter and better and smarter and cooler and nicer to spend time with. It's not arrogant if it's true.
Exactly.
So, yeah, for real.
Her only 2 boyfriends both confessed to me. I turned them down. Amy didn't blame me at all. She jokes that every guy, even her crushes, like me. As best friends, we went to the same college. The same thing happened in college with Owen and my boyfriend Lyle. Both liked me, and the feeling was mutual. Toad's
mutual. Oh, she likes them back.
Amy liked Owen too, but she didn't do anything because I liked him. Owen was childish and had big emotions, so I liked Lyle more. Everyone knew Owen liked me. When Lyle asked me out, I told Amy she should confess her feelings to Owen. I was curious to see what he would do. Nobody, not even Amy, thought he would go on a date with her.
I already feel like I need a corkball with some strings to keep up. So, okay, let me just try and get my head around this. So, she likes Owen. The best friend likes Owen, and the question asker is dating Lyle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Amy the friend, likes Owen, so no drama. But hey, wait, what? But you're dating Lyle. You can't like Owen at the same time. What?
You can. She can, she will, and she does, okay?
Lyle's
Or
yeah,
did. This was all in the past. This was all in the past.
right.
But
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up. It's already an intricate web. All right.
is it though? Because like, is it though? Like, if we think
I've
about
had a
it for a
big week,
second,
all right?
yeah. But if we think about it for a second, is 4 people an intricate web? It's very simple.
Yeah.
There's a girl.
It's very
There are 2
complicated.
boys.
Struggling
Both of the
to keep up.
boys like
Struggling to.
one girl, but Amy likes Owen. But she's not going to do anything because this chick's fucking got 2 dudes. You know what I mean?
But
From
she's already
Brisbane.
dating Lyle. But the question is, she's already dating Lyle.
She started dating Lyle. And then because she's like, look,
then
Owen's feelings and emotions, they're too big for me. Okay. He's
Too big.
childish and he has gigantic, humongous,
He's very
iron
tall
giant like
Yeah.
emotions. I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to date Lyle. Now that I'm dating Lyle, you should ask out Owen.
Okay.
Secretly, because I just want to see what he would say.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. This is okay. This is already. I'm in. Okay, I'm locked in. I think I vaguely understand what's happening, despite how simple it is.
Amy was an amazing girlfriend and won him over. And 8 years later, they're happily married. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, you got
guys-
married? Oh, that's really good for you. Fucking all right. Cool, man. Okay.
Wow.
All
Okay.
right.
You guys have had enough toxicity in your life. So I'm just going to say, hey, well done. Congratulations. You know?
Speaking of toxicity, can I get my differential, my kind of bleed slightly less so that I'm not sort of a cool. Actually, I don't mind being a digi ghost, but I'm wearing a. This is blue, not green.
Oh, yeah. I can solve that.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Well,
Amy was an amazing girlfriend and won him over. And 8 years later, they're happily married. Lyle and I broke up after he graduated, dated other people, and got back together. The 4 of us are still very close friends.
Okay. The plot doth thicken.
We were having drinks when we got into a playful argument about picking dishes at a restaurant. Owen said that the first choice was always the best choice. So I cheekily joked that Amy wasn't his first choice, but they still got married.
Oh shit, dog!
Yeah.
Ooh, dropping the bomb right there. You know, the chow main's first choice that I picked. It was pretty good. But also, so was your first choice of girl, moi.
But, you know, hey, love comes in all shapes, sizes, and timelines, because you went with Hang Me Down Amy over there. You went for take 2 Amy over there. That's who you went with.
Damn.
It's awful.
That's cold.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Lyle and Amy laughed, but Owen was stone cold.
Oh shit.
He asked
Oh,
what I
about
meant.
to have a bomb dropped on him?
He asked what I meant, and I told him that everyone knew. So I asked what he asked what I meant, and I told him that everyone knew of his feelings for me, and basically said what I said above. He asked Amy if everyone knew. Did she know? And she said yes. Yes, she knew that she wasn't Owen's first choice. And we joked that she's not the first choice for anybody. Ugh. Okay.
Oh.
Amy was giggling, and so was Lyle and I. But Owen looked furious, holding back tears, upset, and a lot of emotions. Classic big old emotions, Owen. Am I right? This is why I dumped him.
His emotions are so large.
Oh my god, dude! Fucking, can you turn those? Can you shrink those emotions down? Yeah, dude, chuck them in Photoshop. Hit them down to 75%, dog. Your emotions are too big.
Oh, this is brutal. Okay, yeah.
He made an excuse and took Amy home. Owen hasn't contacted us since. Us 4 were going on a trip next year. I got an email that our plane tickets were cancelled.
Fuck yeah.
Amy paid for the tickets, but when I called her, she had no idea they were cancelled. She thinks Owen will divorce her.
What?
I don't think that's the case.
That's a fucking leap.
That's a leap, yeah. I contacted Owen's friends and his parents, who I'm close with. Of course I am. Everybody loves me. Even Owen's friends and family love me.
His parents want to fuck me as well.
Me and Owen's family, we joke about how shit Amy is. Am I right, guys? They said Owen was furious at us and he didn't want Amy to talk to me or Lyle anymore. All I did was make a small joke about Amy that we've made 100 times before. How do I fix this situation?
Oh. This is a real, for me, this is a real tapestry. I think for you, it's quite a simple scenario, but for me, it's quite a, it's sort of the string on the chalkboard type, string on the, the wall type scenario. How do I fix this situation? I mean, boy, what an absolute journey you found yourself on.
Yeah.
My mind immediately went to, is there a way that you can sort of trick him into thinking that it was all part of some sort of elaborate, Ashton Kutcher style reality TV show? Yeah. Could you sort of trick him to think that it was a
absolutely you can.
Yeah.
And what you do is you because look, Amy's still on your side. Everyone's chill with you except for Owen.
Everyone loves
right?
you except for fucking Owen.
Dog.
Debbie Downer over here.
It personally, even I love it, dude. She's the best.
I don't know. Fucking lie, but she seems pretty cool, actually.
She's the best, dude. And
Is she single?
She's dating Lyle. She's dating Lyle.
Oh shit! I fucking forgot about that.
Sorry about that, Lyle.
That sucks. Yeah, that's tough.
I won't bring him around again. Yeah. Can you stop embarrassing me in front of her and fucking Lyle?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Jesus,
she's just so cool. Dude. I can't help it. I get all futzy around her.
What if you take everyone back to the restaurant?
Yep.
And you redo the whole conversation.
Okay. Yep.
We pay an actor who looks like Owen. We host a casting call, which is much easier these days. Zoom, things like that.
It's all the internet will take care of it. Swipe right. Yes, I'll do this job.
Or even better, just sort of like get anyone and AI in his voice. Obviously everyone's doing that these days, and maybe shoot it from the back. So you can't see Owen's face, and then redo the whole night, right?
Yeah.
And then you go, see, we were filming it because it was a prank for my YouTube channel. I'm launching a YouTube channel.
So your plan, it's just so I'm clear.
Yeah.
Your plan is to film it again, exactly how it happened.
Yes.
And then show it to Owen and say, see, it was filmed. And your expectation of this, the outcome you're hoping for is
that my fucking plane ticket gets uncanceled and we jet off to Hawaii. I'm assuming.
Okay. Wherever they're going. Yeah. Interesting kind of approach.
Sorry. Just to clarify, that was your idea.
Yeah.
And I yes-anded it.
You ruined it.
Wow.
What you did is you saw the idea and you said, what if I did it but worse? That's what you did just now.
You had a piss seed and I watered it and turned it into a beautiful flower, okay? This
is the type of bullshit, okay, that Owen is trying to get away from. And you're over here fucking replicating the behaviors. He's trying to all this gossip, this chitter chatter, this talking your shit.
Wow.
Owen's the one, he's trying to get away from it, and you're not doing him any fucking favors. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is I don't think Owen's gonna want to kick it with you that badly, because I was helping bolster your idea and now you're like tearing me down about it, and that's pretty toxic, and that's the behavior that Owen's trying to get away from. So
wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So okay.
Maybe just sort of like have a bit of a rethink. And obviously, please don't embarrass me in front of
Obviously not. I don't want to. Yeah. I'm only trying to be friends with Owen to get to her. Like, I don't care about him.
That's real toxic. Dude, this is not okay. Sure, fine.
What? No, what? No, what? No, fucking say it. Fucking say. What are you gonna fucking say? Say it to my fucking face.
I just think that you're exhibiting the qualities that Owen wanted to ditch this group to get away from. So,
I mean, all I would say is it takes one to know one. So, bloody pot calling the kettle black, mate. Let me tell you that much. I think the lady doth protest too much.
Wow. Well, now that I've been torn down and kicked while I was on the floor, maybe you can posit your really great idea. That'll be really good.
My really great idea. I would simply, with my kind of charisma and charm, go and speak to Owen and just sort of convince him that it was a misunderstanding and it was all a joke, and that he should take me to drinks with him and his friends, so that I can meet the question asker, and slowly begin the insidious process of separating her from Lyle, so that we can eventually date and be happy together. And that's sort of my plan. That's my advice.
Okay.
Mature. That was mature.
Yeah. So
that was mature.
No, I think
that was very grown up of you.
You know what? I'll say solved on this one. Not your solution, because yours is pernicious and evil. But you know, we sort of solved it with mine, which was a nice combination of your original idea plus my idea, and then for some reason you just later wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's just park that energy briefly, and re-engage in almost an identical style of question, which is our feature question.
And I will say to everyone watching and listening, if Lyle goes missing in any type of suspicious or even non-suspicious circumstances, you know, maybe it looks like he went because Lyle loves bird watching. You know, if we find out that Lyle fell over in the woods and bashed his head 17 times into a log, and died, obviously, you know, we all know. I'm not going to say, but we all know.
I mean, you'll never find him. James, a feature question this week, really all about the toxic energy that we're just leaning into, we're just experiencing. Okay.
And thank you so much for bringing so much of it to this episode.
Well,
I appreciate it.
You said, because I think what occurred is I had this very brief, small feature question, and you said I went and found more toxicness. Is my memory failing me, or is that what occurred? And I think,
wow, very toxic that you have tried to claim ownership for my work on this episode.
I didn't. I just said that you had the two good questions.
I picked all the questions on this one.
Did you? Okay, well,
yeah,
that's fine.
Wow,
that's crazy. That's crazy because I normally do that. That's so weird.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
That was toxic. That was toxic. What I did before was
right.
I forgot. Yeah, because it's a bit of a fluid process.
Hey, really, just really quickly before we do jump into this one, I have a quick question. If you're in a toxic, it's not really like a workplace, but sort of collaborative environment, maybe sort of like a collaborative creative pursuit, like in the digital sort of media space, which like I know you have
or something
similar.
Yeah, like the Backstreet Boys, right?
Yeah, kind of. So I was just sort of wondering, what in that particular scenario, if you were sort of the person that you were collaborating with turned out to be extremely sort of I wouldn't just say toxic. I'd also add sort of like violent and dangerous. What would your advice be in that particular sort of
man, that's a really great question.
When you're having creative differences, like, you know.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, and this is not a dig on the majority of the population, this is just sort of something I've learned over the years. A lot of people forget that just because you've locked your doors and your windows, that there aren't points of ingress to your home and apartment. One of the easiest ways to bypass security is by tailing someone. That's quite easy to do if you can be affable and charming. And so getting access can be easier than you think. And one of the things to keep in mind as well is that a lot of the time, if it's a fire door in Australia and it's just a twist lock, it's actually quite easy to break that lock and get in. And so you might think that, like, oh, they'll try and get in from the balcony or fucking whatever. But like 9 times out of 10, like, unless you have a deadbolt and a chain, like your front door is probably the least secure part of your security setup at home. And so what I would say is like, if you don't have motion sensors, consider investing in those and get the ones that are easy to hack as well to
Definitely.
make
I would
life
say,
easier. Um,
just to quickly interject on that one, I
yeah,
would say
what's up?
it's interesting before that you said Backstreet Boys, because that was a real fucking Howie answer to the question that I asked, in that Howie's obviously the worst Backstreet Boy. That's just agreed upon, that's a fact. And so you sort of that wasn't really the question that I asked, which I really feel like only further
You
sort of
asked what to do if you had a
illustrates
toxic.
my point. So
I'm just giving you some options to keep yourself safe.
right. Okay. Well, that wasn't.
So
Oh, so you think that you think it'll like escalate to that point, and you're
you
like,
asked me for some
so
advice,
you
and I
think,
gave you some advice. So
okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
and that's what we do here, James, because we're called the fucking advisory. And the fact that you don't know that is a little concerning, given the amount of shares you still retain in this company and how little I have after you zucked me. So
I
it's a little
thought,
embarrassing you
yeah,
don't know that.
I was hoping that this episode would be about toxic relationships and toxic, friendships, things like that. But we'd be able to bring sort of like like a bit of like levity and like
That's some fun.
lightness and like some
Right.
fun, and sort of like help solve their problems. But it really just sort of feels like their questions have sort of infected us a little bit.
It feels like they've got
Yeah.
inside the calls coming from inside the house, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, we can try and change that if you're willing to
Okay.
change
Yeah.
that.
How do
I'm
we?
willing to change that.
How do you think we reset?
That's a great question. Something fun. Can we do something fun together? That's a good team building exercise. Do we have any icebreakers? Like, can we do something like that?
Definitely. Well,
Yeah.
let's
That's what they
give.
do in the corpo world.
Oh, okay. Here's a team building icebreaker that you can try.
Okay.
Two truths and a lie. It'll be a fun little
Oh,
game. Okay.
that takes prep though, doesn't it? Because I can't do that off the top of the dome.
Right. Definitely. So let's just say, hey, give me another one. This was made of piss. You know what I
This
mean?
one was bad because it is hard to do on the spot.
Right. Here's another one. Marshmallow Tower Challenge. Oh, that should be easy.
Okay.
Divide the group
That could be
into
tricky.
teams of 3 to 5 people.
Slight
We'll
barrier.
probably need to get someone else.
Get some marshmallows and some other people.
Give the
on
teams
that
a
one.
pack of spaghetti. So you'll bring that. A roll of masking tape. Can you bring masking tape? And a marshmallow. And if you could bring some marshmallows.
Why am I
as
bringing
well.
all of it?
Instruct each team to build the tallest tower possible using these materials. That's easy enough. David, did you bring the spaghetti, the masking tape, and the marshmallows?
No, because you just told me about it. I didn't have time
Oh
to
my
prepare.
god, dude. Do you even want to put this team back together?
No, I don't.
Oh
I made that
my
very
god.
clear. I made that
Okay.
very clear
Give
that
me
I don't.
another one. Okay. With just the lack of preparedness on you. Oh, sorry. We're trying to bring it back together. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Here's another one. Scavenger hunt. Divide the group into teams of 3 to 5 people and create it. What's that?
No, we have this 2 of us.
There's just 2 of us. Maybe I should
Apparently
say
charades is a good one.
give me another one and make it for 2 people.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
What we want.
Let's see. Interview. Oh, okay. Divide into pairs. All right, me and you'll team up.
Okay.
And instruct each person to
You
interview.
guys do it as well. You guys pair up. There's 4 of you.
Yeah.
You pair up as well.
And if you're watching or listening, obviously find someone to pair up with. This is a group. This is a team building activity. So
and I
let's all
assume that they still play this on the speakers in the whole building, right?
Yeah, everyone.
So if you're in accounts, you like in creative, you guys marketing, you guys do it as well.
Instruct each person to interview their partner for 3 to 5 minutes, asking questions such as, what is your favorite hobby? What is your proudest accomplishment? Or what inspires you? After the interview, each person should introduce their partner to the group, sharing some interesting facts and insights they learned during the conversation. To add an extra layer of fun, you can ask each pair to come up with a team name based on their partner's interests or personality traits. Okay.
So I've done that before in a corporate environment, and it fucking sucks. Like, I've done that in real life. And if you get stuck with someone boring as fuck, it's so hard. It's so hard.
So it's hard for everyone that's paired up with you, huh?
What's
Damn.
Oh wow. I thought we were trying to not be toxic, James. I thought we were trying to not be toxic, James.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. It said for an extra layer of fun, which I thought, like, hey, this sounds like really the only layer of fun to this question.
The really fun part of it, yeah.
To come up with a fun team name based on your partner's interest or personality traits. So I said, give me 5 team names based on someone's personality traits who is mean, right? Because, well, you get it.
This feels kind of toxic of you, but go on.
And it said, I'm sorry, but it would be inappropriate and unprofessional to create team names that use negative or derogatory traits to describe someone. It's important to promote a positive and inclusive team culture that values respect, kindness, and empathy. Instead, I suggest choosing team names that reflect positive qualities and values that the team members aspire to, such as innovators, champions, trailblazers, collaborators, or ambassadors.
Why are AIs such cowards?
Fuck, they suck, don't they, dude? It's fucking...
It's all bad, and they're all cowards, and we all need to... Listen, give me a mean AI,
dog, it's a word calculator. That's all it is. It's just taking inputs and spitting out outputs.
Calculator. Yeah, that icebreaker I have done in real life did suck. And it did it like, I think it's one of those things of like, okay, well, now you've met a different team member, but like, you don't walk out of that meeting and go, yes, Sue from accounts has 2 children and a dog that she loves. Like, you don't remember that shit for a second. For a second, you don't remember that shit. Unless they're like, oh yeah, I in my free time, I race drag cars or something. Like, unless they say something of anything, it's just goes in one ear out the other. Like, it's not an effective exercise.
So you're sort of admitting to not really remembering minor details about sort of the people that you work with, or
anyone in my life, friends, family,
interesting,
partners, ex-partners, bosses, colleagues, people I meet in the street, baristas, people at the bar that I frequent regularly. If it's not about me, I ain't retaining it. Okay.
Right. That sounds positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that our
if it's not me, it's P, as I always say.
You are always saying that.
I'm always saying that.
Yeah. It's a little confronting that it's written on one of those sort of Kmart canvases right as you come into your house, sort of like in the style of sort of live, laugh, love. You have it sort of written
I had to
there,
get that custom. I had to get that custom made.
Well, I was just going to say that I feel like we were brought together there by our mutual hatred of AI. So I feel like we've rekindled. Yeah.
Hey, James, we were like this, and now we're like this. Okay? That's not going to make any sense for the audio listener, but I promise it was compelling and funny. Don't check the video. But it was pretty funny and compelling and interesting.
What's my favorite movie?
Your favorite film?
Yeah.
I don't know. You like horror stuff, I assume. So it'll be something cool and horror, and like it'll be something like edgy and cool horror from like the 70s or 90s that it's like it's not too popular, but maybe it's like a popular kind of underground thing. I don't know. You've told me this before and I've forgotten, so I'm just owning that up front. What's your favorite film?
It's none of those. It's Only Lovers Left Alive. But that's cool. Yeah. Yours is like 500 Days of Summer, so
that's because I'm wearing the shirt. Fuck
yeah, but I also remember that you really like that movie. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
And you love talking about it, and you've done like a very popular video on it and things like that. I'm just sort of remember the little minor details about you, but that's sort of...
That's a coincidence. This is a coincidence. You remember that without the shirt.
Well, I mean, the t-shirt literally just has the number 500 on it and then a park bench. So I don't know if that was really
from the film.
Right. I don't know if that was sort of giving me anything. I just remembered it because
yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Let's
yeah,
let's
yeah,
hey, you know
that's
what? We both hate AI. Let's hold on to that.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
AI.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Fuck
Cool.
AI. James, this feature question, let me ask you something, James. My friend of 9 years has always had a crush on my partner of 11 years.
Mhm.
Already a rocky start. He told a mutual friend that if we ever split up, he would quite happily try to get with my partner. I found out and confronted him about it, and he apologized. That was several years ago. A few years have passed, and we are now friends again. We've been going to airsoft together. However, he's recently come around for dinner, and my partner, still the same partner, mentioned that I was supposed to put up a shelf several months ago. He asked where my drill is and then put the shelf up. He then paid for dinner to be delivered as well. The following week, we were watching TV and waiting for dinner in the oven. He asked my partner if there was anything he could do to help, like taking out the trash, etc. Am I being paranoid, or is my so-called friend trying to show my partner what she's missing out on?
I mean,
Now,
if
now, hang on a
I mean, if
minute.
it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck,
If it,
quacks like a duck,
if
it's a
it's
duck, mate. So
So my best friend has admitted previously to liking my girlfriend. Um and I confronted them about it, they apologized. And recently has been doing a bunch of things in order to sort of call attention to how attractive they might be as a partner and a prospect. Should I
yeah,
be worried? Like yes.
yeah,
Like
probably, yeah.
yes. This is probably this is them kind of being like this is kind of them being like this is I'm leaving again. This is what you could be having. This I'm going
Oh,
home.
okay, yeah,
I'm going home. I fixed your shelf and shit. Now I'm going. Yeah, it's a we're watching MasterChef on commercial television. Oh, is there anything I can do to help while we wait for dinner? Can I take out the trash? Can I give you a massage? Can I help pay for some of your credit card debt?
credit
What
card
else?
debt.
What can I do
Okay,
for you?
yeah.
What can I do for you? No, it's
What sort
nothing
of
suspicious
yeah,
happening.
yeah, definitely not. I mean, like
No.
at some point you're gonna have to wrestle with the fact that you sort of let the fox into the hen house, but I mean, that's exactly what's happening. That's-
Can I be fucking real with you for a second? So I didn't realize this was happening. I've realized this in retrospect. My partner before last was dating someone else, and they went to like a few parties and stuff, and she invited me to be like, hey, you should come hang out, it'll be fun. And I went to the first one without thinking about it. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like we were colleagues and whatnot.
So
Um,
you weren't dating at this point. She was dating someone
no,
else.
she was dating someone else.
Okay.
We'll call how can I make my brain make this work easily? She was dating a different person. We'll call them Amy because the person used Amy before.
Okay.
So my ex is dating Amy, and they're at a party, and my ex is like, hey, you should like come have a few drinks at this place. And so I rock up and we have a few drinks and we're there all night. Go home, don't think about it. And then me being me, I'm like, okay, well, clearly she doesn't like me. She's in a relationship. So we just
Right.
stay friends, and then we get increasingly close, and then things get a bit flirty. And then I'm like, hey, you should come to like my birthday party because I'm doing this big birthday thing. It'll be really fun.
Right.
Um, and she turns up with Amy and then spends the entire night flirting with me, not directly in front of Amy, but in a way
Right.
where it got to like 9 p.m. and I was like, also, yeah, I'm old. 9 p.m. is like, anyway. So, and I get to about 9 p.m. and I was like, there's something weird going on. And then as we continue drinking and the night goes on, Amy's off doing something else, and like we're sitting at you might have even been there, I don't remember. And we're sitting next to each other talking to two different people, and she like puts one of her legs around my leg, and I went, I may have misread everything that has happened up until this point, and I've become the other guy.
Right. Yeah.
Like I've become the other person without even completely realizing what's occurred. So I have been this person
Right.
without knowing I was this person. But this is like actively doing it.
Yeah.
This is
I
going
mean,
out of your way. Like
I feel like you maybe knew what you were doing a little bit when you were putting her shelf up at midnight, and you were like,
it's a
"Oh, this,"
shelf.
and you said, "This is such sweaty work," and you had to like pop that top off and sling it over your shoulder
When I
while
got
you were
sawdust on my pants and I had to
yeah.
take them off to get them cleaned. You know?
And you kept I remember being at that gathering because I just remember all night you kept walking around saying, "Oh, anyone need any heavy stuff carried or
I said, "Have you
lifted?"
seen
Or
my beach ball? It went that away."
right, yeah.
You know, it was sort of because
And
I was looking for my
I
beach
was like,
ball.
this is so weird. I was like, David, there's no beach balls here, mate. We're not at the beach. So
Mm.
yeah, I don't know
I
how
mean,
much
no
of an
harm, no foul.
innocent sort of like I don't know how much of an innocent party you were there, but um, no,
If it's any
interesting.
consolation, the relationship ended terribly. So I didn't really
So
win out in the
well, technically you did. You won out for a little point
end
there.
for a brief
Yeah.
period for the 8 months before it got bad. I will say though, this is the type of shit where it's like, you've called this person out before, right? And it's like, at what point, where's the line here? Like, I mean, like legitimately, like, because there are
Oh, the line, the you can't. Sorry, it's really hard to see the line because it's so fucking blurry
so
with how far away it is because of how
it's so
far
far
we've
behind us
passed
in the
it.
rear
Yeah,
view. Yeah.
yeah,
When they said, "Hey, I like your partner," that was several years ago. Was where the line was drawn, and you go, "Hey, if you're not going to be cool about it, you can't be in our lives." And this person's
yeah.
like, "I'm not going to be cool about it, but I am going to stick around."
The idea that this person was like, if they ever split up, I'm in there, and he's like, you know what?
Crazy.
He's like,
That's crazy, dog.
I am getting sick of waiting for them to just sort of run their course. So I'm going to try and break it up. Because hey, I'm not going to be a dog, guys. I'm not going to try and get with her while she has a
Trying to
boyfriend.
get with her.
That is dog, guys. That is so dog. And I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I am going to try and break them up by, at first I'm going to start by showing her what she's missing, maybe, out alphaing him. I got to get
I
real
think,
alpha
yeah.
on it.
You've also got to keep in mind the way that some of this is happening. Like he's not just putting up a shelf. He's like, "Oh, I'm just putting up this shelf." Like, like
Right.
he's what's the view like back there while I put up the I'm saying, like, you don't know what
Right.
the vibe is. It could be
Yeah.
quite sensual. Shelf putter uppering.
Hey, do you just really quick, because I think that's such a great point. Could you maybe run me through what it would be like to put up a shelf sensually?
See, that's tough that you've asked that because I've never
Yeah.
done anything sensually in my entire life.
Yeah.
Um,
But I know
so
you're a method actor, so if you just sort of, and you don't have to get up and act like you're doing it, just sort of like, at the camera,
oh,
you're putting the shelf
theater of the
up.
mind.
Theater of the mind, yeah.
Theater of the mind. Well, it's okay. So, Kim, I need this scenario. What are we doing? Like, we're obviously at your flat,
Yeah.
and we're about to order dinner in. I need something to bounce off here.
We're watching My Kitchen Rules, an old
Well,
one.
I don't know what that is, but all right.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that a cooking show?
Yeah, it's before they got Colin Fastnich involved. You know what I mean? So
I don't know what
it's
that is.
vintage. We've really dived back into the archives.
We're watching recordings.
We're watching old versions of an old series that we've decided
friends
we've
are-
all decided to specifically watch season 3 together.
Fuck, my friends suck. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sort of fuck. There's Manu, and what's the other guy's name? You know his name.
I didn't even know what the show is called. I don't know. Fucking Bill? Is it Manu and Bill? From Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men?
Um,
It's gonna be funny for 3 people.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Man.
I'm worried you're losing us in the detail in this setup.
Well, I want, I'm just trying to like place everyone. You did
No,
say it
I
was
know.
theater of the mind, and it's like I'm trying.
I understand it's important in improv. I just
Pete
think
Evans.
that maybe
It's Pete Evans. So this is vintage.
Great.
This is
That
pre.
helps.
This is pre. Special lighting apparatus will cure COVID in your body. Pete Evans. This is pre that. This is pre even bone broth. Pete Evans. Okay. This is pre bone broth for babies. Pete Evans. Okay.
So this was when
That's
he
where
was.
you're at.
Okay, so this was before he was like malnourish your children and do abuse to them. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're watching bad television and we're having the slow debate across the evening of what food we're going to order on the application, whatever that might be. No free rides. I don't care if your fucking app delivers food. No free rides on the show.
Right.
Um,
So,
and we're having that conversation.
yeah, well, we've already, you know, are we having that conversation? There's nothing there that you want
What do we?
to out alpha the guy. You don't want to just come in with like, here's the decision, guys. We're getting Mexican food for dinner. You know what I mean?
That was my opening maneuver. Is like we've been faffing about for a while, and I step up and I go, guys, listen, I understand. Oh, you feel like India, you feel like this, you feel like that. Actually, you feel like grilled burgers, and let me tell you why. It's healthy. It's not overpriced, and remember, this is back when. Oh no, are we back in time or just watching reruns?
We're just watching reruns.
Fuck. Okay, we're sticking with grilled. Guys, let me tell you, grilled, you're going to love it. It's going to be great. We're going to get, hey, I'm not that hungry, okay? But if you feel like you need a full burger, that's fine. Maybe, hey, maybe we could share one and your fucking boy toy over here could get his own burger. We could share a fucking meal because you don't eat that much. I'm not that hungry. Maybe we could share one. That'd be cool.
Right.
So I'm going to just order that on my phone. I'll pay for it. Hey, guys, it's on me. Let's get some chippies to share, but specifically me and your girlfriend, not you. Let's order some chippies so you can get whatever you want.
Can I get?
It's on me, bro.
Can I get some?
I know that.
Sweet potato
I know that
fries?
as an entry level accountant, you don't have a lot of cash to burn.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to shout you this one. That's a favor. That's a gift. Yeah. Sweet. Sorry.
And with the herb mayo.
No, you can't have any sauces. No.
Oh.
You can have a burger and some chips.
Oh. So. Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, just while you pick a burger, just hey, you know what? I was gonna say take my phone, but actually, I'm just gonna give it to your girlfriend. You can tell her what you want, and she'll order it for you.
Okay.
While that happens, I'm just gonna put up this shelf that you've been neglecting for
thank you.
several months. It's not for you. It's for her because she called me the other week and said he's been ignoring me and neglecting me.
Yeah.
He isn't that good in bed, and he hasn't put up a shelf yet. And so I'm just gonna solve all of those in the same kind of action.
So specific that she got on those text messages.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Yeah. Now, hey,
it's
bud,
also weird because the shelf is for that. That's where I'm putting my Xbox. So,
yeah, buddy. That's cool that you play games.
Gonna set up a little recharge station on there.
Oh, that's cute. You're into games and stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna.
Hey, babe, can I have the sweet potato fries? Yeah, and the herbed mayo. Thank you. Yeah, what were you saying?
No herb mayo. I'm gonna take that off before I press send. Now, bud, could you grab me my toolbox out of my truck? And I'll just get started on the shelf. I'm just gonna get the pieces. You go ahead and grab that from my truck, and I'll get started.
You drive a Suzuki Swift. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but me and the boys, we call it the truck because it's in the Monday
a joke where you call your really large friend tiny or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because the idea is like sort of in this modern day and age, who can afford to be driving something diesel? It's gonna burn the planet.
Panini bread, please. Thanks, babe. Yeah.
He'll have wholemeal. He can't afford the calories. You kidding me? Look at him already.
Panini. It's got the
wholemeal. He'll have wholemeal.
The one with the dust on the top. Yeah, I like that one.
No. In fact, could he have the gluten-free bread, the kind of bad stuff? Yeah. No, but no, it's a funny sort of thing. A gag amongst the boys. It's sort of like we got to protect the planet, and so it's funny to call it a truck because it's like people like trucks are fucking idiots, and like I'm very conscious of global warming and climate change. And
you're one of those wokey blokes. You're a woke bloke, are ya?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm woke. I just care about.
Yeah, but me and Amy, we went to the anti-vax sort of rallies 2 weekends ago. So
yeah, I know you did, but her and I did the previous night go and get vaccinated. That's why she felt so comfortable being there.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah.
So that's
This guy is like, and me being like the character, right? It's like, how do I not see it at this point? You know what I mean?
I think you have to ask him out, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, he seems like he's got it all going on.
Right. Oh, I mean, I'll tell you this much: if you've let this guy into the house,
You fucked up.
Maybe just give him your car keys and just go, it's all yours now. Yeah.
I think you just trade keys and you go, I'll drive your car. You come live with my girlfriend. I'll move into your apartment.
You know what? You've really, it seems a little bit like you've won. So we'll trade keys. I'll give you my keys. You give me your keys, and I'll just live in your apartment and drive your car now, I guess.
I like that Harstead's come up with the ultimate alpha way of doing this. Oh, I've misplaced my hammer. I'm just going to punch this nail into the wall. Like, that's kind of a Chad move, I feel.
Oh,
that's
okay.
really how you alpha it. You don't need a tool. You just have the nail and just go boom, and then it goes in, and you're like, shelves up. Didn't need any tools.
Another
Only
really
tools
good,
I need these two hands.
Yeah, another really good one is to staunch it in. So you sort of you like put it into the hole and you get it all lined up, and then you just go like that, and it goes.
You mean mug it,
and it goes in by itself. Yeah,
it flinches in. Yeah, that's how me and all the homies put up shelves.
Right. Because you can't find your tools, obviously, in the
can't find the tools because they're in the truck. It's a big truck.
Obviously.
Look, I have to be honest, James. That was all a bit of a gas and a hoot. But to answer this person's question, am I being paranoid? No. Is my so-called friend trying to show my partner what she's missing out on? Yes. And I think we've come to the conclusion you just need to cede control, cede your life, and move on. Just give them what they need. And you need to get out of Dodge while you can.
Yeah.
Because this only ends in you being embarrassed. You need to be the bigger person.
And a social death is, in some instances, worse than just a real death. So,
as they say, a bird in the hand. Oh no, a social death in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Oh, that's why I got that shirt printed.
I got it printed, but that's fine. Sorry, that was toxic. That was like a reflex. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. That was like a reflex because we were talking about toxic
episode.
People.
Yeah.
It's like toxic acid reflux, James. I apologize.
David,
what's up?
My first semester of college, I was a nursing student.
Okay.
Long story short, I ended up not liking it, and I completed my first semester, changed my major to my current major, and I've almost graduated. 30 days out.
It's actually current lieutenant. But congrats, go on. That's a little joke for the army people out there. It's a little joke for all the army people out there. Whom I assume is a vanishingly small part of that demographic.
Right. Yeah.
Go on though.
Okay.
You seem upset.
No, I'm just sort of it's because we had at the beginning of the show we realized that the toxicity of the questions was
that was just a
impacting
joke. That was
our
just
relationship, and then we did that. We took those 30 minutes to do the silent meditative retreat, and we rekindled and we came back together.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to tear down the fabric of it. Okay.
How's that? That was a fun joke.
Okay. Hey,
it was a fun joke among friends.
You're right. A fun joke among you know what? I'm just being too sensitive. I think that's what the problem is.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're offended.
Right. That sort of felt like a little. That sort of felt like the toxicity was rearing its head again, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. So.
The look on your face. Oh, yeah, sorry, go on. I'm good.
Sorry, David. We're going to need an apology before we continue, aren't we, guys?
I already apologized. I'm sorry you're fucking offended.
I feel that's the best we're going to get out of him, isn't it? Yeah, okay. We'll take it. David,
Saws.
I was a nurse. It was my first semester. It was a nursing student.
Sure.
Didn't like it.
Sure.
Changed majors.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm doing what I'm doing now.
Yep.
My younger sister is still in high school, and she graduates this year as well. When she was a sophomore/junior, she got certified to be a nurse's assistant. This is allowed in our state. She's been working at a long-term care facility for about a year now. I'm unsure if she plans to further her career in this, but she will at least continue to work her job for a while.
Okay.
When I started nursing school, I had no financial help from my parents, and FAFSA did not cover personal supplies. I worked and saved money and bought my own supplies. One of those supplies
Okay.
happened to be a very expensive stethoscope. For those who don't know the brand, it was a Littmann stethoscope and one of the cardiac ones. It was very expensive, around $300, give or take. I had to have this as I was having trouble hearing low tones, and it has heightened sound. So it's one of those real expensive ones.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's
that
300,
crisp.
350 USD entry level. That's a nice stethoscope, I assume.
Okay. I thought you were coming in speaking from sort of like a position of authority on the subject.
No, I did chemistry. I didn't do this doctory business. So none of that for me. Helping people, no thanks. I'd rather make fun drugs. I haven't. That's a joke. I didn't. You can't prove I made drugs.
Okay.
So
well, we won't pry into that one, but that sort of seems like it's rife with
I'm just saying it's
problems.
They seem expensive and nice. Yeah.
I still have it to this day. I worked hard for it, and although I don't use it on a daily basis, I feel like it's a good tool to have on hand in case of emergency.
Sorry. What? I have some other equipment as well. What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't use my stethoscope every day, but it's nice to, keep in the first aid kit. Band-aids, stethoscope.
It's on your person? This makes it sound like they carry it with them.
Well, it's no use to me if I don't have it with me. So of course
you just have a go bag, like a first aid bag on them at all times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today my younger sister...
Sorry, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Stethoscope, just so that in case I'm completely head fucked, which is entirely possible at all times. Stethoscope is the listening instrument that helps you hear heartbeats, right? And movements as someone breathes in the lungs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe maybe one of her friends has been vaping a lot lately, and she sort of has like a bit of a crackly lung, and she's like, well, let me check that. And then she puts it like on her back, and she's like, breathe in for me. And she's like, yeah, that's rat fuck.
Yeah, but is that an emergency?
Hey, could develop into a lung infection, then it could become pneumonia, then you're bedridden in hospital, So yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was asking because I wanted to be
I've broken my leg. And then you bring out, you're like, oh, have you? Yes, you
listen to your leg. It's Def's broken.
Def's broken.
It's for sure broken. I can tell because I hear it.
Today, my younger sister messaged me asking if she could have my stethoscope. I told her I really didn't want to give it away. She then offered to buy it for $100, which is my mom buying it for $100. And I told her I didn't want to sell it, which I don't. And if I did, it would be for more money than that. But I just left it at that. I didn't want to give it up because I don't. It's my stethoscope. I don't use it every day, but I use it occasionally, sometimes, never. My sister, of course, got angry and called me an asshole because I'm not using it like she would be using it for her job. My mum and grandmother are also on her side. I know that I don't use it like she would, but I saved and worked hard with my high school job money back then, and I don't want to get rid of it. It's somewhat sentimental to me, and like I said, useful. Okay? I can kind of see where she's coming from, though I don't know what the right thing to do here is.
I have a pretty clear idea of what the right thing to do is. Question though.
Help her save for her own stethoscope.
Okay. You went for the, feed a man fish, teach a man to fish kind of Pascal's wages scenario. My question was going to be, what's more sentimental to you? Your sister or your fucking stethoscope?
Stethoscope.
Oh, I didn't realize. You saved up for it. So that's...
Yeah. And because it's like, I don't use it all the time, but like, still going to use it.
No, well, you don't. You just carry it around with you all the time.
Plus, it's like a little memento, of...
it's like an artifact, right?
Yeah, it reminds me of that time that I did one semester. as a nursing student, you know. Sometimes I get
Reminds
really
me-
sentimental, you know, and
Reminds me of the time I flunked out of nursing school.
yeah. Like oftentimes I look at my my calculator that I've got and I get really sentimental. I think back to the intro to accounting class and I tear up a little bit, you know.
This is really funny if she did
And
something really like she had like a degree in like modern history or something, like just super, like not even in STEM or anything, just like super unrelated. It's
oh
like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
stethoscope. Like, you're like, you're gonna become an English teacher. What are you talking about?
Is there this man's choking? Is there a doctor on the plane? Guys, I'm not, but I do have a stethoscope in case we need
No,
to like
sorry.
listen for if he starts breathing again.
I'm not a physician, but I am a PhD in literature. Ma'am, he's choking.
Why do you have that? And why do you have that stethoscope? Yeah, it's weird that you would that you just want to like keep on to it.
Sweet, get around with you.
Yeah.
Is that now? Because what I'm imagining is, it's either in their coat at all times, or they have like perhaps on their hip a little holster with a stethoscope. Maybe like a little holster where they can just quickly whip it out at any time. But they never do, because when would that ever come up?
I'll tell you where I'd have it. Around the neck. At all times.
Oh, you're walking around daily life
Yeah.
with the stethoscope
Yep.
just in case. Do you think?
Because it's like,
feel like
sure, I get sentimental about my first week of being, you know, my first term of being like a nursing student. But what I love more is, what's the medical equivalent of stolen valor? You know, where people who aren't military people and they wear military uniforms, so people will be like, thank you for your service, but they didn't actually serve. What's the equivalent of that where it's like, look, I don't, you know, people see the stethoscope around my neck,
but
and they say, oh, like pediatrics or and I don't correct them. I don't say no, but I don't say yes. So technically I'm not lying.
I'm a doctor of life, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor of just everything. What aren't I a doctor of? You know?
Medicine.
Medicine, mostly, not medicine. I'm really not a medical doctor. If you press me on it, and I'm being honest, I did just finish my degree in social studies. I am not a doctor. However, my youngest sister is in healthcare, and every day, 6 days a week, she's working 6 days a week. It's America, you need to make money. It's a bad system. 6 days a week is working in that industry, can't afford a stethoscope of her own.
Yeah.
And I am not giving it to her.
And let's also remember, would potentially save lives with it.
However,
hang
on. So Byford de Hobbit makes a good point, James, which is that it's kind of the equivalent of you're on a dating website claiming you're a doctor to attract women. I want to +1 that idea from Byford, and I want to say it's kind of like if you get on a plane and when you order the plane ticket, you pop in doctor as your title, because they don't check that. They don't know. It's sort of it's like the everyday equivalent of you just walk around hanging around your neck. You know, it's sort of it's like the informal version of the plane trick.
So let's say on a dating app, you know, I probably don't want to throw in there. I'm not trying to be misleading, you know. I'm not saying like in my profile I'm a doctor, but what if just in all of my profile pictures I was wearing the stethoscope?
Wearing a stetho.
Yeah.
Actually, James, in the industry we call it a stetho.
Oh, so, my bad.
That's embarrassing. Yeah. I am going to now check if Hinge lets me set my title to doctor.
To doctor?
I've got pronouns. I've got ethnicity. Does it have...
Also, if you want to test this theory, and obviously we're not going to spend the $300 on a stethy. That's what we call them.
Stethos.
But we get real slangy
if you're
about
an amateur,
it.
you call them stethies.
For the real pros, call them stethies. So it's really the first years that call them stethos. So
that's embarrassing.
Anyway, what if you sent me all of your Hinge pictures and I Photoshop in a stethoscope and we just sort of see how that sort of, just for a week, and we just see like if that sort of pumps them numbers up or something.
Do you think it would? Now, I don't have a stetho, but I can change my job title to doctor.
You can change it to that. Okay.
Well, because it's currently set to product manager.
And you can just type in whatever you want.
Whatever, well, they're not checking, are they? I could just say doctor. And they'll say Doctor Who, and then I'll say no, not. It's different than the BBC. It's not that. It's like it's a joke from a podcast. So I have a podcast, and it's a joke from that, and it's a live stream and so it's not actually the BBC show.
Yeah, this is smooth. This is real smooth.
Please,
yeah.
Would you like to get a drink? Maybe.
Please.
And that's how that would go.
Definitely.
I think. Yeah.
Wow, that is. Oh, throw a glass of water on me, mate. You've got me all hot and bothered off the back of that one.
It's weird I don't get more dates. I don't really understand what I'm doing wrong. Yeah. This is one of those tricky pieces of advice, James, where I think the ethical conclusion is pretty obvious.
Yeah. We know what the right thing to do here is. You know what the right thing to do here is.
You know, that's why you're asking.
That's why you're asking.
You want someone to let you off the hook. You're looking for someone to say, actually, it's okay, keep the stetho. Or sorry, if you're an amateur, stethy. You want someone to come in and give you you want the whole pass to be an asshole to your sister. And frankly, we're the ones to do it. So here we go.
Okay.
Now, pretend that you don't know anything about our show up until this point or us as people. You really got to wash away all of the ethics we have built up.
And David's going to address this right now. So just clip this part out and send
clip this part out.
Clip this part out and send it to your sister.
No.
David's gonna sell it for you. Take it away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is good. Don't clip this out and send it to my boss though, or my loved ones, or the people, because they might. I have a very anyway. It's fine.
Hold on.
Yeah. What's up?
Hold on. Just so.
Don't be screen recording. What are you doing? Hang on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, there's nothing's happening.
No. Hang on.
I'm not
it seems like you're doing something.
Into the back end of the Twitch. I'm not clicking on video producer. I'm not clicking on stream manager. I'm not about to clip that. All right, continue. Yeah.
No, well, all I was going to say is that you should keep your stethoscope from your sister for these 3 reasons. These reasons 3, like the Billy Goat's Gruff 3. Number 1, you earned it. Number 2, what about emergencies? Number 3, she won't understand the value of hard work if you just give it to her for $100 or for free. She needs to feel like she's earned it. Now, clip that out, send it to her. Now, I just want to be very explicit. I disagree fundamentally with all of that. It all violates my fundamental ethical framework about capitalism and the way that money functions and the way that we treat each other. However, you now have the evidence you need to get the job done. So you're very welcome. That's what I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Solved it.
Yeah.
Hi, Fresh.
Hey, Fresh. Question though, before we move on.
Just to clarify, you are, and I know that keeping your idea is to keep the stethoscope, and you want to send her a little clip of you going, no, you can't have it. It's my stethoscope. You might be sort of signing and sealing people dying as a result, though. I just sort of want you to sort of sit with that and sort of process. Yeah.
I already said I disagree with it, but it seems like you seem like you need it in your life, and
right. No, I just sometimes I just sort of feel like you're saying that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they're the question asker, and that's ultimately who we're here to help.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my final.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Word on that one. Sometimes we get caught up in ethics, and maybe the question asker is the one perpetrating the problem, and it's like sometimes you just got to really own it.
Which is so often the case because they're actually seeking advice on the internet because they're just trying to get someone else to approve their shitty thing that they're doing. But yeah.
You know what a normal person's ever done? Go to the internet for help. You talk to the people in your life and ask for advice. Or you email us for advice. That's your other option.
Yeah.
blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com. You can find the links to emails in the show notes. Email us if you do need some help. James, I think we did a big old dessertful spoon worth of advice this episode. I think we waded through the muck that is the toxic relationships. We some of it did cling to our skin.
Yeah.
Okay. It did, but we showered ourselves in camaraderie.
Toxicity is a little bit sticky sometimes, it seems.
It's a wee bit sticky. Thank you so much for Harsted, Fresh, and Byfur for dropping by. If you guys are still watching, feel free to check us a like or a follow. We appreciate it, or a subscribe wherever you're consuming this content. You can join in on the conversation if you find us at twitch.tv/Black Swan Society. You can jump in live. You can give us some advice, give us your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Oh my God, I had that whole bit about a stethoscope I couldn't even tell David about. Or James, I guess, the lesser of the two hosts. Twitch.tv/Black Swan Society. 6 p.m. AEST every Thursday. However, next Friday, very excitingly, is our Easter special. We will be kicking off at 5 p.m. AEST on Friday, the 7th of April. It's going to be our Easter special. We're going to have an extra long show full of egg-filled wonder. And then also, I've written a short story that is a horror short story because we're doing that now. And I feel like you've put us back in the show because you're upset with the thing I said about you.
No, I thought you were going into a whole spiel about, the Easter show coming up. So I figured
I can
people should see your wonderful face.
I can do it so you can clip it. I can do it so you can clip it.
Sure.
If I say it enough, will you do it hey James, let me just center myself. Let me align my hang on. No,
guys, thank you so much for coming.
No, I'll do it.
Hell of an episode this week. And
so toxic.
Thank you so much for people jumping on live and having a bloody chit chat in the chit chat. And if you would like to be part of that, you of course can on twitch.tv/Black Swan Society or youtube.com/@Black Swan Society. Thursday, 6 p.m. AEST every week except for next week. Because David has decided that he's too cool for Thursdays. He just sent that to me in a text message. I don't know what that really meant, but I just said, yep, sure, we'll move it. If you would like to follow us on the socials.
You do it.
You bloody can do that. Get on the socials. At BLK Swan Society on TikTok and Instagram. And David's doing this like real weird thing on Twitter now. Where he's
you have to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, just go to I'm not going to explain it. Just go to Twitter at BLK Swan Society and just have a look at what
3 days a week. 3 days a week. You just got to go in, you got to find out what's going on. 3 days a week, you get a tweet from me.
Wow, that sounded you kind of said that in a way like you okay, people can't see but he's pointing a gun at me.
Go to Twitter.
That's not a joke. He is pointing
a gun. Black Swan.
You can't see it on the stream, but I can because he's sharing his camera with me. He is actually pointing a gun at me. All right.
Go to Twitter. Anyway, you'll be excited when you realize what's happened a year from now. So that's gonna be fun.
In a year from now, you'll die in 7 days if you read out Twitter 3 times a week. Leave a rating and review wherever you get the podcast. It's mainly Apple, though. Let's face it. Go to Apple. Leave a rating and review. 6 stars only.
What happens if they leave a rating or review, James?
If you leave a rating or review, and then just write a name of a person that you would like that review read out as, and David will fully embody that performance. He will
10 out of 10.
He will search deep down inside of himself and give you that review audibly as that character, which David is going to give you an example of now.
I'll give you a sample. Yep.
The voice is Keanu Reeves.
Oh no, I thought I get to pick. That's tough. Shit, Keanu Reeves.
It's Keanu. Yeah.
I'm not prepared for this.
Just to bring you back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sort of got any reviews come to mind?
He's kind of Canadian sounding, isn't he? A review I might do is a couple of days ago, we were in bed listening to the advisory, and it was I thought they were very funny, and I just really enjoyed them. You seem confused.
And you've gone back to David. So seamless.
Sorry, you seem
seamless.
You seem
transition.
confused by what happened.
I might have to actually. I'm sorry. I am gonna clip that because I'm gonna need to watch that one back later just to see
Put me and
what
Keanu
happened
side
there.
by side. It wasn't bad. He does kind of sound like that.
Give it to me again. Sorry, I got lost in the source there really quick.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like I can't do. I had it. I think I lost it. What was I saying? I was saying, oh yeah, we were in bed the other day and we were like, you know, we're watching. No, it's live. It's now too American. I had the Canadian twang there and I've lost it. I lost it. It's gone.
Yeah. So our promise to you isn't that it's good. It's just that
But it will happen.
You'll get it. Yeah.
You'll get it. Hey, that's the Black Swan guarantee. It may not be good, but you'll fucking get it. So
careful what you wish for.
Is that it?
That's it. Any last words on that one, David?
Look, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Hey, honestly, the best way to help the show out is to send it to one person you think might enjoy it, whether it's your friend, it's your nan, it's your aunt, it's your dad, whoever in your life, your college friend, who you think might have a bit of a giggle with it, or have a good time. Please do send it to them. We don't do any advertising, so mouth the word, and promoting across our shows is the only way that we grow. And so we do really appreciate you guys watching and listening and jumping in for the live streams. It means a huge amount to us. We want to keep art independent, interesting, and thriving in this age of weird AI shit and multinational conglomerates that pump out garbage, boring stuff. We appreciate the heck out of it. We'll catch you guys next week for our Easter special, 5 p.m. AEST, Friday, the 7th of April. Goodbye. See ya. Hey, get out of here.
Hey, scram, you silly goose. We'll see you back here next Friday.
Get off my lawn.